Hey, what's up, Pride Male family? This your boy Eric. February is Heart Disease Awareness Month, and we are going red for women. I know I have on green today, but trust me, I got my red ready to go. We're going to be talking about a lot of heart disease issues this month, and also be sharing some stats and facts on Black history as well. And I want to send a shout out to all the ladies that follow me. Please go and get yourself screened. Make sure you know what your blood pressure, cholesterol numbers are. If you have a family history of diabetes, please get that checked, ladies. And know what your risk factors are for heart disease, because women are dying at about the same rate as men when it comes to heart disease. And a lot of times women go undetected. They fly under the radar. And we need you all here in our lives to keep us on track, to keep the family unit together and keep us moving forward. Because let's face it, ladies, we can't do a lot of the things we do without y'all. We need y'all. So we love y'all. I want y'all to get checked, and I want y'all to stay on top of your health as well. I know Pryority Male is here to talk about men's health and wellness issues, but I want to pause and also take a moment to recognize all the beautiful ladies that follow me, and all the ladies in our lives, all the men that follow me as well, all the important ladies in our lives. We want to make sure you all get the care that you need as well, ladies. So keep doing what you're doing, ladies. We can't do what we're doing without you. Now, this week, for the rest of this week, man, I know we're going to be talking about heart health, but I'm going to start out right out the gate with probably the most popular topic out there that men don't like to talk about, but we know exists, and it's below the belt. So, you know the old adage, they say, ladies, the quickest way to a man's heart is by way of the kitchen, also below the belt. So, anyway, you might have heard that, you might not, but you know it's true when you listen to it. Anyway, so we're going to talk about the heart of the matter, man. We're going straight below the belt today. We're going to talk about erectile dysfunction, or AKA impotence, or AKA male sexual dysfunction, limp noodle, whatever you want to call it. There's a number of street vernacular for that. I'm going to leave that alone for the context of this talk. I'm gonna try to keep it strictly medical, but you know, I'm humorous by nature, and I got a lot of little creative things I can say, but I'm gonna keep it strictly medical. So I'm gonna start out today. We're gonna talk about this, what erectile dysfunction is, what are some of the signs and symptoms, and then we'll follow that up later this week with we'll talk about the causes. We'll talk about the risk factors, the complications. We'll talk about prevention and treatment. Okay. So stay tuned, man. This is going to be an interesting topic the rest of this week, and it ties all into heart health. Okay. So I did some research, and I went to the Harvard Medical School page. I also went to the Mayo Clinic and CDC. There are a lot of great websites out there, reputable websites for those that like to use Dr. Google, that talk about erectile dysfunction. I see this often. I have this conversation often with men, whether it be in clinic or just in casual conversation, because they know what I do for a living. So they'll talk to me. They confide in me because I'm a man, and I'm maybe dealing with this at some point in my life. So erectile dysfunction affects men, especially we get into that 40th decade of life. I'm there with you, gentlemen. About 1% of men in the 40th decade of life are having problems with erectile dysfunction, and they don't even know it, because the way it presents is not very convincing. And I'll give you a great scenario. Man, you in your mid 40s, you out there, you got your mojo on, whether you married or out there in the streets. It takes you a little bit longer to get stimulated, but you are able to obtain and maintain an erection and enjoy that sexual encounter. You think nothing of it. You keep it moving on to the next, or with the lady that you're with, your spouse. And then you notice that becomes more of an issue. It's taking longer to get and maintain an erection, and your erection is not lasting the entire sexual encounter, and it's not as hard as it used to be. That's the first sign of something going wrong with circulation, and likely in your heart, possibly in your vascular system. Okay, because think about it, man. An erection is blood flow. If the blood can't flow, it's not going to work. Okay? It's not going to work. So blood flow is necessary to obtain and maintain an erection. Okay? And as we get older, the older we get, the higher the percentages are. And I will say this, if you are 75 and older, half of the men, 50% of the men 75 and older are having erectile dysfunction issues because as we age, our vasculature ages, our risk factors for high cholesterol, diabetes, high blood pressure, long-standing high blood pressure become a factor that can affect the blood flow, which again is important with having an erection. Um, there are some main anatomical issues that we need to be aware of when it comes to that. I'm not anatomical issues, but the anatomy plays a role here. You have the pudendal nerve and you have the cavernosal nerve, and you also have the cavernosal arteries and the penile arteries, which are affected or impacted by the things that I mentioned earlier when it comes to the blood flow. So if you have uncontrolled diabetes, if you have uncontrolled high blood pressure, if you have high cholesterol, if you are overweight, all of these things can affect blood flow and the nerve endings in that area, in your pelvic region, that can impact your erectile dysfunction. Okay, so the cavernosal nerves endings, that's help with the feeling. The pudendal nerve, that's part of the feeling, making sure you can feel and enjoy the act. Then the cavernosal arteries and the penile arteries are the arteries that feed the penis, that provides blood flow to the penis, that when you're excited allows the penis to become engorged and hard. Okay? If that's not happening for you men, and a few of the things that I've mentioned already, a few of the causes, symptoms that I've mentioned already, and I'm going to talk more detail on the causes tomorrow. Okay, so that'll come up tomorrow. So kind of getting you ready. I want to kind of paint this picture and build up to the climax, so to speak. But I want you to know that so we can open this dialogue, and you have a medium here or platform here where you can be transparent and share your concerns with me. So if you have questions or concerns, feel free to DM me. If you feel like I missed something in this first section, let me know. But there's more coming. Tomorrow we're going to talk about the causes, so stay tuned. But erectile dysfunction is very common. Over 30 million men are suffering with erectile dysfunction as we speak. Okay? And it really shouldn't be. Some of it causes that we can't control, but we'll talk about some of that tomorrow. But some of it is well within our control if we would just live right, live happier, healthier lives, and stop some of the things that, again, cause this to happen. So if you want to know what the causes are, you got to stay tuned. That's coming tomorrow. But I hope I've answered your questions here with some of the ED symptoms and things to look for. And I really didn't get into all the detail because most men are experts in this themselves because they know what it is. Trust me, they know. I've heard the barbershop talk on that. Yeah, baby, it's some erectile dysfunction experts right now in the barbershop getting lined up, getting their beard trimmed, getting that Beijing and that thing, talking about it. They know what's going on. So, but if you felt like I missed something, there's something else I should have added, let me know. But if not, stay tuned. Tomorrow we'll be talking about the causes of erectile dysfunction. Okay? So if you don't remember anything, man, remember, it's easier to stay well than it is to get well. Hashtag Pryority Male. Y'all have a good day. Peace.